we're getting adjusted here. Okay, you good? Okay. Hi, everybody. Happy Monday.
Hi, guys. Did you have a good weekend? I was so mad all weekend long.
She was raging. I kind of checked out. Went to Texas for the weekend. Hung out with cows. I didn't really tune into the news so much. So I'm not as ragey as her.
I did a lot of raging because everybody was insane this weekend.
Yeah.
Literally everybody.
I read the template last night and I got a little ragey. Yeah.
And that was just the highlights, man. People on Twitter were crazy. Jennifer Rubin, Jake Tapper, people were losing their minds because Trump is actually not as sick as they were hoping he would be.
This is the thing. This is why they're so mad. These people are lunatics, you
They're
guys.
so disappointed.
You know, we had some guy leave us a voicemail last week, and he was mad because we're engaging in tribalism. Well, I gotta tell you, I don't want to be part of their tribe. All right? I want no part of their tribe.
Zero part of that tribe.
Because they are crazy.
We got a lovely letter from Christina Coe in Knightstown. Your neck of the woods.
Well, it's
or
my
your
husband's
neck
from
of the woods.
Knightstown, Indiana. Knightstucky.
And she has created, this is like a Shark Tank level invention, you guys. She has created Breezies, which are flappy bumper stickers. So
You see these?
So the hair, right, you stick it, but then the hair flaps in the wind.
The hair flaps. Look at that.
Right? Is that the cutest? And there's Biden ones, too.
There's a Biden one, yeah.
Where his hands flap, and they say, just say no to Handsy Joe. I
love it.
And his hands flap all over the place.
Oh, my God. That's
I love
the
these.
greatest.
You need to visit BREE-ZSticker.com if you would like to get your hands on a couple of these flappy bumper stickers, which are great, right?
Aren't those great? Made in the USA.
So great. And then also, from Denise Hansen, she said, look at this cute little thing. She said, hey, Malk and Daisy, thanks for making me laugh. I wish you were on weekends, too. I know you like homemade things, so here's a few things I made just for you. Also, the Dot pretzels, because she sent us 3 bags of pretzels, are made in North Dakota, where I'm from. And are kick-ass, especially with beer. Denise Hansen, thank you so much. You guys, she made us the cutest things.
These are so precious. You guys are like little light switches. Look at these light switches. Hold on.
Wait,
the plates. They're like light plates. Look at the light plates. Aren't those so cute?
But you guys, look
That's my favorite. You guys. Is that not the greatest?
You guys, if we do another book, that is going to be the cover, like like a whole like a collage of
all of
horrible thumbnails,
our really awful thumbnails.
It has to be.
It's totally going to be the cover.
And then she sent us like this handful of
M&Ms.
rocks
Here, let's see if I can show you like
that
the
are
rocks.
M&Ms.
Yeah, they're little M&Ms.
Because she made
these
them,
are
you guys.
So cute. Look at these, like the little M&M guys. I love these. I love these.
And then also because she says these are homemade.
Oh my
She
God.
made she made earrings.
No
for
way.
us.
Look at these.
And then I know.
Look at these.
And then look at this. Look at this.
Wait a minute.
This is a little keychain bottle cappy thing with our
Look at
logo on it.
that.
She made all of these things, you guys.
I love that. Look at that.
Everybody's so talented.
How in the world does she do that?
I don't know. It's amazing.
How do you do this stuff, you guys?
Thank you, Denise. That's
Thank
so sweet.
you, Denise.
And then look at this lovely letter, handwritten. From Vicky Horak, who she also said,
Vicky.
I heard you both enjoy homemade crafts, and so do I. That being
do.
said, and being a crafter, I've been wanting to make you guys something, and this is what I came up with. She hasn't seen this yet.
I
you guys.
haven't.
It's the greatest
What
thing
is
ever.
it? Oh my God, what is it? I know. She always saves the stuff. She opens it before
be
I get
very careful. That's yours.
Oh my God, because there's glasses. There's a bag of dicks on it. You guys, there's a bag of dicks. Look.
These are from gourds. She made these with paper and gourds.
I could not.
Wait, look.
Wait, oh my God.
Do you see Ashley Judd and the Tracker Jacker? I can't, even with these.
Oh my God, look at the a tiny little bag of dicks, you guys. Can you see? Hold on, I gotta make sure you can see the bag of dicks. Can you see? There's tiny little dicks in there. Oh my god! And she gave me glasses.
I mean, can you
Oh my god! This is the greatest.
And do you see how this one's like in the middle of a laugh? Because that's like me all the time.
That's totally you. Oh my gosh!
The Ashley Judd, this tracker jacker. Wait, how do I? There. Do you guys see? I mean, can you believe the creativity?
That is the greatest.
I cannot.
Look at that.
I just can't.
Can you stand it? This is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
It's just ridiculous.
And look at the little feet on her.
I mean, be super careful. She was really worried about sending them because she's never sent them in the mail.
Oh my gosh!
And she did a great. You did a great job packing.
These are exquisite.
They're my favorite thing ever. I just can't.
I love her.
We've gotten the greatest gifts
glasses
today.
and her bag of dicks. I can't. Cannot deal. God, I love you guys.
I mean, seriously, you guys are just too
so
much.
great.
So, so Trump is doing really, really well, you guys.
Did you call it? I mean, we knew it was good. Of course he's doing well.
Did you know that there was somebody,
I've already
banned
worried.
them, so they're not here. But I banned this person yesterday, or not yesterday, but on Friday, because I said, when we first announced, that Trump had COVID, I said that he was a beast, and I wasn't worried at all about him recovering.
Not
and
worried.
so some, total judgmental, hyper-Christian person out there was like, don't say OMG, and don't say that Trump is a beast, because, that's synonymous with the devil and all this
for
stuff.
crying out loud.
I have zero
Just stop.
patience for
Just
that
stop.
bullshit. I can say beast and mean it in a positive way, you psycho. So if you try to tell me what to do on our Facebook Live,
stop it.
you're not going to last long here, people. It's just, I can't. I can't
Beast
with
is
you.
we don't... Stop.
Did you know his car is called the Beast?
Yeah.
Are you aware that the vehicle that transports the president is actually called the Beast? I shouldn't be yelling at you because you guys... the person I banned is not here.
I know, right? It is...
And I'm like,
because they're gone.
It all. But
they're gone. They're probably yelling at somebody else for something right now.
Right.
Because they have no joy in their lives.
Zero joy.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's doing great.
He is.
The videos that he released were so great.
Yeah. I did not expect anything less from him. I figured that he would be doing fine by today, even. I figured he'd be doing fine this weekend.
He could go home
today.
Mm-hmm. Now, I kind of don't want him to. I would rather that he just stay another day and just, try to relax, right? Because he's so busy, and I love that he's so busy and determined to work. But I also don't want him to, I want him to get better.
Yeah.
All the way better.
But he will. Listen, because I feel like a lot of times when you're, physically sick, a lot of it is mental attitude, right? You have to have a good mental attitude, and
he definitely has that.
And he's one of those people that he's Mr. Everything's going to be great, right? He's Mr. Positive Pants. He's going to be fine.
I think he'll be totally fine. And that is really disappointing to so many people on the internet.
Yeah, which is, it's a testament to who these people are. It just is gross. It's so gross how many people are just wishing for him to go away.
Yeah. And they criticize everything. So the fact that he went out and surprised the people that were outside of the hospital supporting him, that was bad, because how dare he, endanger the Secret Service that had to drive him. So, it doesn't matter that he got approval from doctors, that the drivers were wearing the N95 masks. None of that matters. What matters is that Trump is the devil.
They're going to quarantine too. The people, the Secret Service guys are going to quarantine
if they even need
to,
because there are Secret Service people who've already had COVID.
Yeah,
and that I can't imagine that they would have chosen people who didn't already have it that are immune to it.
Yeah.
And so, but for the press to criticize that, it's just par for the course. They have to criticize everything he does.
They do. They have to criticize
Jennifer
everything.
Rubin is a perfect example, because she
She's
was
awful.
She was mad on Friday night because she was like, "Why are they taking him in Marine One to the hospital? Why aren't they driving him?" Literally, that's a tweet that's out there. And then last night she was like, "Why is
they
he in a
driving
car?"
him? Yeah, it's what do you want him to walk home by himself? I mean, what?
Someone's
what do you
always
want?
with him.
They're always unhappy about something, you guys. They're going to criticize this president for every single little thing that he does. They're never going to be happy. This is just a testament to who they are, right? I think that now we can sort of see this is who they're showing their true colors. They've shown them for 3.5, 4 years now. We can see who they are. These people are, it's like they are children.
Yeah.
I don't, actually, that's mean to children. They're just these horrible.
They're just monsters.
Tantrum throwing lunatics. And they're never going to be happy. Like the Michael Moore stuff is he thinks that he's faking it. It's like, what kind of
I've
mental...
seen so many conspiracy theories this weekend.
Who are you to think that he would be faking this?
There was one, you guys. So the Saturday night video that Trump released, because he's released a few now, but the Saturday night one, I believe he was sitting at a desk or maybe it was just a phone. Yeah, no.
Is that the one that Ivanka took? That's not.
No, it's a video. And so he's at his desk and he's talking, blah, blah, blah. There was some clown, and listen, I'm just going to say it. This was a Q person. There was this person on Twitter who was insisting that the wall behind him was moving.
Oh my God.
And that meant that he's not actually in the hospital, but in fact, he's traveling in secret on Air Force One, and like this whole thing is just a big show, and that these were pre-recorded, and that all of this is like a total show and not true. I mean, people have lost their minds.
Yeah, they're insane. I mean, they're just absolutely insane. I want no part of it. They've just
crazy.
lost it. They lost it a long time ago. I think they lost it when Hillary lost. These people lost their minds.
Yeah, like all the screaming at the sky.
Yeah,
they're still doing it.
They're getting on their knees, crying, and just they just. That's when they lost it, and it's just never stopped. There's audio of a woman outside of the hospital, outside of Walter Reed, where I don't know who was interviewing her, but some guy was interviewing this woman who was protesting outside of where Trump was.
Protesting what?
Just protesting him being there. That's a great question. He went up to her and asked her, "What are you protesting?" And she's like, "I'm just protesting whatever he does."
Was she one of the barkers? Because did you see that there's like a whole group of protesters that are barking at like the pro-Trump people? This is what they're doing now. They're literally going, like that.
Oh my God. I mean, that's going to be the screenshot for this. Totally. What you just did.
That's going to be on the cover of the book.
Yeah. But I mean, like, this is what they're doing. They're protesting him getting better. Like,
just his existence.
What are you doing, you freaks? Yeah. So they're outside the hospital protesting. And then you ask them what they're protesting, and they're like, well, it's just our community, and whatever he does, we protest. You are such losers.
Oh my God.
I mean, God, get a life.
Insane. And all the people that are like so mad at the people outside of the hospital gathering in support, furious. They're furious at these people because how dare they like be potentially spreading COVID.
For crying out
and they
loud.
never say a word about all of the violent protests.
The violence and the other protests. Yeah, I mean, but that's noble.
That's fine.
Those are noble protests.
Oh, Chris Christie also in the hospital. Now they say it's precautionary, like he went because he's obviously overweight and he has asthma,
yeah.
and so he's just doing it like to be extra careful. Mm-hmm. But he is also hospitalized, and then like literally so many people are tested positive. Kellyanne Conway, her daughter Claudia, who by the way is back.
She's
on the
back.
TikTok.
She's back, you guys.
She is back with a vengeance. And once again, I just have to say, why? Why are they allowing this?
I don't know.
Why?
She's 15. You can take stuff away from a 15-year-old. I don't
There's
know why.
one TikTok of her being driven by George, and she starts playing WAP for him, and she's like, "Listen to this." She starts singing.
Well,
along.
then he's the problem.
He
allows it.
He's in it.
He's encouraging and enabling her. Yeah.
It's
It's George, because he probably loves it. He loves that she's so anti-Trump. He's loving it.
It's just gross.
Yeah.
I mean, this is. You got to do better parenting than that, George, because you suck at the parenting.
Have you seen him?
Oh, and then speaking of the, because the media is so out of control, so there was NBC News tweeted, and I'm not making this up, this was, I can't remember what day this was, Saturday night, I think, and NBC News said, a tense situation has developed outside the entrance to Walter Reed National Military Medical Center between President Trump supporters and anti-Trump protesters. And Jack Posobiec wrote, literally, I'm standing right here and have no idea what you're talking about. Some trolls have driven by, but that is literally it.
Yeah.
This is
our
how
media.
The media tries to just, gin up fake outrage.
Yeah,
this is how they do it. He's like, I'm right here. Literally nothing is happening. You guys are making this up in real time.
They make everything up.
It's incredible.
They lie constantly. It's why we're in the position that we're in right now. We're so divided in this country. They make so much crap up.
They did the same thing to Brandon Strzok's walkaway thing in D.C., which was very well attended. It was a beautiful day. Everybody was like, it was awesome, right? So he has thousands and thousands of people there, and apparently there was one little skirmish, he said, that happened right before the event that was immediately taken care of by the DC police. What did the mainstream media decide to report? That. They reported that skirmish. Not the fact that there were thousands of peaceful protesters and that it was a really great event. Nope. They had to focus on the one teeny tiny skirmish that was like taken care of immediately. Yeah. This is what they do.
It's interesting because there's a teacher in Seattle, I was telling her about this morning, that some total lib, of course, that was teaching a class full of 10-year-olds. And he asked the class, pick a role model. Who you think is a role model? Whoever. You can pick whoever. Well, the 10-year-old boy chose Donald Trump. And I'm paraphrasing, but he was like, no, you can't choose him because he's he's super divisive and hateful and gave all the reasons, right? While he couldn't choose the president of the United States of America. Isn't it? It's insane.
And he's 10.
And he's 10 years old. And the mother taped all this. The mother taped, because it was during a Zoom class. The mother taped what transpired during this class, and she was just like completely outraged by it, right? But she was sitting back and taping the whole thing. But, you know, my point here is that it's not Donald Trump who is causing the division. It's the freaking media. If you could just sit back and be objective about it and look and see what's happening in our country, just based on the stories that she's, you know, talking about this morning and everything that's happened over the past 4 years.
And the way that they treated the doctors, right?
Exactly.
Who were trying to give an update. These are doctors. These are not media people.
Right.
And they were barking at them in the most vicious way.
Right. It's the media. The media has done this. They are the ones, I mean, I don't even want to say they're accomplices anymore. They are absolutely responsible for what's going on in this country. 100%.
Yeah.
They're responsible. They've done this. They've created this. They have to go to bed at night and sleep knowing that they've done what's happened in this country.
They don't believe it, though.
They don't at all.
They don't believe it.
They feel like they have no culpability at all, and they are responsible. And shame on them. Shame on them.
It's really vile, you guys.
Yeah, it's vile.
Can I just, a point of personal privilege, if I may?
Yes.
Saturday night. Okay, I'm not trying to make fun of my kid's school, but I'm about to make fun of my kid's school, you guys. So he goes to school at a high school just north of Indianapolis, right? They decide, because of course they're doing a virtual whatever, they're doing, you know, hybrid. That's the word I'm looking for. So half the school is in school one day while the other half is doing virtual learning at home, and then they switch, right? So, and every week you go either 3 times or 2 times depending on the week. So I've been wondering, how are they going to handle school dances, right? My kid has not yet attended a school dance of any kind.
Sad.
Right, and he's a freshman, and this is like, you know, typically it happens in 8th grade, but he didn't go to the one dance that they had in 8th grade.
Yeah.
But, you know, high school, that's like when all that stuff starts to happen. I get an email, because we get all the emails from the school, that says, we're going to host the very first dance of this year virtually. Here's the link. And I'm like,
how?
Exactly what I said.
That's
exactly what I said.
How do you do a virtual dance?
I was very curious to find out. I asked my son, are you planning on attending the virtual dance? And he was like, no, I didn't even know about it. But maybe my friends and I will like log in together. And the expectation was that maybe it would be some sort of a Zoom thing where people are just like watching each other. I had no idea what to expect.
But I thought, how do you do a virtual? How do you do that? I
thought that there would be at least some connectivity and faces and, you know, some sights to see. You guys, it was 3 hours of just a dude being a DJ. That was it. 3 hours. They did this on their official little TV channel. They just had a dude who was like in lights, right? Like strobe lights.
You gotta be kidding me.
Like doing DJ stuff and playing songs. Who in the world was going to actually be like, oh yeah, I'm going to dance to this YouTube video
where
I'm just watching some dude at the school.
They paid somebody to do that. They paid, like that, your taxpayer dollars went to that. They can watch a YouTube.
Right.
This is
They can
so
actually
dumb.
watch like videos or actual dancing.
Or actual DJs, if they want to do that.
I was like, I cannot. And there were, okay, I don't know, there's what, 4,000 kids? I don't know, something like that. There were 58 people who tuned in at the very beginning. And then I checked like a half hour into it, and it was like around 50-something people. That's it. And I was amazed at that turnout, you guys. Like, I was like, I can't believe 50 people are watching this. Wow. It's got to be other parents who are like, I got to see what this looks like, right? It probably wasn't even any kids. It was so dumb. And then I thought, so like at first I want to make fun of it, right? But then I'm like, this is so sad.
Yeah, it's sad.
This is so sad.
It's
what
really
we're doing
sad.
to
Like,
kids.
this is what we're doing. And then they think that that's going to help. That's just that's just more out of 4,000 kids, 58, like 53.
Probably parents.
Yeah,
Logged
exactly.
in.
Exactly.
It wasn't kids. You know,
My
kids were
God.
like, I'm not doing that. I'm
Oh
not
my
going to watch
God.
that crap.
That's just terrible.
And you know what else is terrible is that all of the social distancing at school and the masks have completely prevented kids from making new friends.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're not talking to each other the way they used to.
Without question. My daughter is at a new school this year, and it sucks for her because she was hoping to meet all new friends, and
Right.
she's stuck in the same classroom because she's in 5th grade, and she was going to be able to switch classes this year. She was going to go from class to class to class. Well, because of freaking COVID, she has to stay in the same classroom all day, every day. So they can't switch classes. So like they have to go get their lunch and bring it back to the classroom. So she's only getting to know like the 20-something kids in that class. That's it. Which sucks for her
Yeah,
because she
it
wanted
really
to meet
does.
everybody in the school, right? And she's not able to do that. She's new to this school. All the other kids know everybody. She doesn't. And so it's really, this year has been really, really hard for her. Really hard.
It's hard for all the kids.
It is.
Because it's just not normal. And you guys, we're all going to get this. I think we should just
Yes.
be prepared for the fact that there is no avoiding
Yep.
COVID unless you personally decide to stay indoors. Then maybe you're going to
Yeah.
be okay. But like, we can't live like this.
No, we
can't.
were talking about this morning. I'm like, I mean, I feel like the Jake Tappers of the world are thinking that they're going to avoid COVID. I look at it like the flu.
Right.
I feel like eventually I'm going to get it. I'm surprised I haven't gotten it. We've been coming into the office every day for 7 months, like business as usual. I'm shocked I haven't gotten it because nothing has changed for us. Nothing. And so I'm like, well, damn, what? Like, I can't believe we haven't gotten it yet. You know,
Yeah.
it's just a matter of time before it happens, and then we just get it and we move on. So any day now, and it's like, I'm just waiting. You know, and I feel like it's just an inevitable thing. You know, I don't.
You can't hide from a virus.
You
guys.
can't hide. You can't hide from a virus.
And we did our 15 days to slow the curve. We did it.
Yeah.
Enough already.
Yeah, I mean, even with the vaccine, I think a lot of people are, I'm not saying that they're dumb, but I'm not saying that they're dumb. I think a lot of people think a vaccine cures it. That's not how vaccines work. I mean, I got the flu shot last week. Doesn't mean I'm not going to get the flu. You know, I've gotten the flu shot every year for years. It doesn't mean I don't get the flu. Sometimes it's a different strain. You know, that's how vaccines work. So,
And those are vaccines that are like, you know, they go through the lengthy, long, forever long trials.
Exactly.
This one's being just shoved through.
Right.
And so it's very unlikely to be super effective. I think that, you know, the treatments sound like they're coming along, and that's what we need to be focusing on because I just don't see how we avoid this.
No.
I just don't.
And the thing is that just running from it and acting like we can just shut down forever and hide from it, I'm just not that person. We're not doing that. I don't want to do that. I just want to live my life.
Yeah.
It's just a waste to do that. So.
And we're ruining people in ways that cannot even be, we can't even predict the long-term effects
No.
of how we're ruining our kids right now.
Oh my God.
By, you know, denying them like an actual
childhood.
And an experience of school that is a normal experience.
Especially during these formative years, which are so crucial to their development. And just the way that they look at life. Everything is so crucial for these kids. And I think adults are scared. Well, you know what? Quit being scared. Be strong for your kid. You know, let your kid do the things and buck up and quit being such a wuss.
Yeah, this is out of control. Speaking of like media wishing ill on Donald Trump, just wanted to read you a tweet from Gabriel Sherman, who's a Vanity Fair writer. This is what he wrote on Saturday night after Trump released that first video, right? And in that first video from Saturday night, you know, the lighting was not great. I mean, he looked a little weathered, but I mean, he looked fine. It wasn't like he was at death's door or anything. And this is what he wrote. He said, just watched Trump hospital video a second time. His breathing is clearly labored. He seems to be leaning on the table for support. And there's so much fear in his eyes.
I mean, shut up,
When
media.
have you ever known Trump to have fear in his eyes?
Right?
I mean, what is that, you guys?
Just shut up. Our media is just, they need to be punched in the face.
That's why it was so great yesterday when Trump he does that other video where he's absolutely fine and he's like, I'm going to do a drive-by.
They're just ridiculous.
I mean,
they're so ridiculous.
Out of control.
I can't. I didn't see the Saturday Night Live stuff. I couldn't pull it up in our template.
Well, first of all, I will say that Jim Carrey did a pretty good Joe Biden. I mean, as far as impersonations go. It didn't start good, but the part that we're going to play during our show today
is pretty good.
He calmed down his voice and sounded more like Joe Biden.
He didn't do the, alrighty then.
No.
He didn't do
I
that.
mean, he did kind of have the crazy smile, but so does Joe Biden. So I guess that worked.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Saturday Night Live, I mean, considering that it was Saturday night and that they would have been doing that on Saturday night when everybody was still pretty worried about how Trump was doing health-wise, it was really gross. Inappropriate. I mean, for Chris Rock to be like, listen, Trump has COVID and my heart goes out to COVID.
I saw that. And that
Really?
I'm not surprised, but I've also, you know, I'm like, okay. But I didn't see the Jim Carrey thing.
Yeah, so it was, they just recreated the debate, right? So what's his name? Who does Trump? Alec Baldwin? Alec Baldwin, yeah. So Alec Baldwin was doing Trump at the debate and Jim Carrey was doing Joe Biden. And it was like 15 minutes long, 12 to 15 minutes long. But the part that everybody is like, whoa, about is when Jim Carrey, towards the end of it, took a TV remote and clicked it at Alec Baldwin, which effectively froze him. So Alec Baldwin, as Trump, was no longer able to speak. And so Jim Carrey did this big diatribe about, like, isn't it nice to just be Trumpless for a while? And then he said, you'll hear it, but like he said it wasn't funny, you guys, because the guy's in the hospital. Like, that's just... It just goes a little bit over a line. You know what I mean? I get that they're comedians, but it's not funny.
Well, the comedians aren't funny anymore. It's like the Chris Rock thing. He's not funny anymore either.
Yeah,
Remember when he used to be funny? And he's just not. He's not funny. These people have zero respect for The Office at this point. Like, they've just... And these comedians are like... They're playing to this whole rabid liberal thing now because they think, okay, well, that's going to get laughs. Because they can't get laughs on their own anymore. They can't be funny, and they can't be politically incorrect anymore.
Yeah.
So they're playing to this whole, okay, I'm going to be funny by making fun of Trump, and that's going to get me cheap laughs. Well, congratulations, because you've gone to the dark side. You know? It's like, you're just not funny anymore.
Yeah.
That's cheap. It's lousy, and you suck. It's just, wow. And you just watch that, and you go, that's just soulless, man. Just sucks for you. Sucks for you. Sorry about your heart. Yeah, sorry about that.
Also, the Mathematical Association of America. This is an actual, like, the legit math people, right? Who you would think would appreciate
math.
Yeah. And the fact that math is not political or even debatable. Like, math is just math.
There are no feelings in math.
There's no feelings. I mean, it's literally as away from feelings as a thing can be.
It's emotionless.
Yeah. And so they wrote a big statement about wokeness that is so frustrating because, you know, we already have been talking about how much our kids are getting indoctrinated and how much all this woke bullshit is infiltrating our schools. But now when the actual Math Association says, and I quote, "It is time for all members of our profession to acknowledge that mathematics is created by humans and therefore inherently carries human biases. Until this occurs, our community and our students cannot reach full potential." It's math.
It's math. There have to be people that have sense out there still in the math community that are like, this is a big steaming pile of bullshit. There have to be. There have to be people that still believe. I want to believe that. There have to be.
I want to believe it.
I mean, you're out there. I know you're out there, and you're just probably like, I'm afraid of being called a racist.
God.
You know, there have to be people out there that still understand that there's no emotion in math. It's just math.
Or unless, like Carolyn says, you're trying to do it, in which case a lot of emotions take place. And I am a testament to that because I suck at math so hard, and I would get really upset.
Okay.
Trying to do math.
I hear you.
But the actual math itself is just not
math.
Emotional.
It's just math. You know, you just do it.
And speaking of, like, all of this bullshit infiltrating our schools, the reason is because, as this is not going to shock anybody, but administrative staff has exploded.
Yeah, this is crazy.
This is just absolutely nuts. So this is according to an Education Next blog post. They're looking at teacher pay and administrator pay and the number of actual K through 12 teachers there are compared to the number of school administrators that there are.
And teachers should be mad about this.
Oh my God, teachers should be furious.
Teachers should be livid. If you're a teacher, you should be looking at this going, wait.
I mean, it's just
what
nuts.
The heck?
So it has increased the amount of money that is spent on actual instruction has decreased 60%, 2015 to 2016. But the amount of school administration spending has just like skyrocketed. So it's absolutely crazy because when you talk about, public schools need more money.
Yeah.
What do they need more money for?
Yeah.
Diversity training and like inclusion training? No, that's not what kids need more of.
They need teachers.
They need teachers.
They need teachers. They don't need administrators. And like we were talking, a couple weeks ago, we were talking about her son's school and how, they're doing all this stuff with the indoctrination and everything. And she made the comment, she's like, there are 7 assistant principals at my son's school, and I had to write all of them. I'm like, why the hell does he have 7 assistant principals?
Exactly.
What?
And there's probably deputy assistants.
Like, why does he need 7 assistant principals? Like we were joking about it. Well, this is happening all over the place. It's like they need teachers. They don't need 50 gajillion assistant principals. Y'all need to be looking at this and making note of it, and then figuring out how to get rid of them.
Because and fighting to get rid of them. Because the answer is not just to be like, well, I'll just pull my kid out and do homeschool.
No.
That's not the answer. We're all paying for this.
We're paying for these people.
Invested.
Yeah, we're paying for these people. You need more teachers, not more administrators. You're paying for administrators, and they get paid a crap ton of money, y'all. More money than you.
So here's the breakdown. So in the fall of 2000, there were 97,270 administrative staff in one particular school district. Compare that to 141,792 principals and assistant principals. And then teachers, 2.9 million. Okay, so that seems... Those are the numbers. But then when you go fast forward 7 years, the school administrative staff increases from 97K to 155K, principals and administrators 141K to 189K, and teachers from 2.9 to 3.1 million.
Which isn't that much at all.
That's a 7.7% increase of teachers, 33.4% increase in principals and assistant principals, and a almost 60% increase in just admin staff.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why are we doing this? And the kicker is the administrative staff gets paid way more.
Oh my God.
Teachers.
They get paid in the hundreds of thousands of dollars a year.
Yeah.
They get paid bank.
And teachers unions are the cause of this. This is why I don't understand teachers aren't fighting against unions.
Yeah, we need to get rid of the teachers' unions.
Completely.
They need to go away.
Yep.
Those things need to go away. We don't need freaking teachers' unions anymore.
All they're doing is allowing bad teachers to stay teaching.
Exactly.
That's literally all they're good for.
And then they pressure them to vote Democrat. That's what they do. We need to get them out of our schools.
For real.
They need to go away. And then we can keep the good teachers. That's what we need.
On today's radio show, which is from 9 to 11 Eastern on WIBC.com, we're going to be playing a new pep talk from Matthew McConaughey. All right.
That's pretty good. It was a little hippie for me.
I mean, it's totally hippie, right? But like just listening to him talk makes me laugh.
I mean, it was pretty good. I was by the end, I was like, all right, I've had enough. It's a
Well,
little.
that's why we're only going to be playing a little
Yeah, it
portion
was
of
a
it.
little it was a little rhymey and hippie for me, but
Because he
it's
wrote
fine.
a poem, you guys.
He did. He wrote a poem.
He wrote himself
It
a
was
poem.
good. And
So-
and Chelsea Clinton doesn't want to be friends with Ivanka Trump anymore, you guys,
Surprise!
because her father is an anti-Semite. Since when?
Wait, whose father?
Because Donald Trump is an anti-Semite. She said that.
But Ivanka is Jewish.
Yes.
So
This is the thing.
and Trump has actually done more to recognize Israel and to support Israel than any other president in
Yeah.
the history of the world who's
Yeah.
been a lot of talk and no action. Trump
Yeah.
has actually been about all the action.
Chelsea listens to the mainstream media way too much. She needs to
Wow.
probably step away from her television, like her little CNN machine, because she's buying into all the bull crap.
Yeah. My God.
She's being gaslit.
All right, you guys, we gotta go.
I'm
Thank
gonna go.
you
I'm gonna
again.
eat some of
I
these
know.
pretzels right now.
So
I'm going to eat them
excited.
right now, you guys.
Thank you very much for the flippy flappy things, the breezies,
And from my sweet chicken that has a bag of dicks on it.
and for our light switches with our terrible
You guys,
picture,
so
and the chicken
much
with the
fun
Ashley
stuff,
Judd
and
tracker
with our
checkers.
our great jewelry. I'm
just
so
can't.
excited.
So many amazing
You guys,
things.
we got some great stuff today. So excited. Let's bring it in. Bring it in, you guys. Have a great Monday. Bye everybody.